And recording in progress. Ta-da! Hooray, welcome to class. We're jiggling and we're shaking as we're figuring out how to move into winter, or I guess we should say fall. But here in Texas, we have two seasons, and that would be summer and not summer. And it is officially not summer. It was 49 degrees the other morning. Woo! Which is very cold for us. So today we're going to focus on maybe some nice things that help warm the body up. So as we wake up on these cold mornings and our bodies are kind of achy and stiff. So of course, the first thing we do is we jiggle and we shake. We jiggle and we shake. Yeah. And we just kind of gently wake the body up. Good. And then we come to a nice center stance, feet about shoulder width apart, dropping the tailbone, lifting the back of the neck, lengthening the spine in both directions. And then we start twisting the spine and swinging our arms. Just starting out nice and gentle. Keeping that crown lifting up so you can get that spine nice and long, get some good twist through the whole thing. Yes, hello, good morning, Blue. Yeah, you gonna come do Qigong with us today? Agreed. Let this just feel good in the body. Good, we're gonna let that slow down. Come back to our center stance, and then let's do a couple circle breaths, gathering chi. Inhaling up and exhaling down, drawing the chi all the way down to the lower abdomen, that lower dantian. Give me two more. And one more. I know, Blue, I know. Good. Why don't we go lay down, huh? Come on, baby, let's go lay down. Yeah, get up here. Yeah. Oh, what a good girl. Lay down. Good girl. Thank you for giving me that moment. Now we're going to do some stance work. So let's take our feet out about double as wide from our shoulder width and think about sinking down. Good. And when I sink down, I'm keeping my back flat, right? So I'm going down so that I can still keep this torso straight up and down, right? I'm not going so low that I need to like sort of jut out like that. You can do that, and that's great for you in other circumstances, but for today, for right now, we're going to keep that torso nice and tall. Good. And then we place our hands flat, palms pressing down into the floor, fingers reaching out to the sides. And then we root our breath into our lower dantian. And think about sinking down into those legs, into the earth. Thinking about keeping those knees out, don't let them fall in. regulating your breath, keeping it long and slow and deep. Letting yourself relax down into the feet and into the earth. All right, just a little bit longer. You're doing great. Think about sinking just a little bit more for that last little bit. Good, and gently come all the way up. Let those feet come in, shake out those legs a little bit. And then shake out that body a little bit more. And you should feel a little more warm. I find that stance work, that posting work really warms up the body. It's a little counterintuitive, right? We think like all the moving around is what's going to warm up our body, which it will. But when we do some nice posting work, we get that inner chi moving, we get that dantian alive, feeling good. All right, come back to center stance. Let's do a circle breath. Very good. And we're going to go into raising arms. So we're going to inhale as we bring the arms up and exhale as we bring them down. Let your breath guide these movements. As you inhale, your hands almost float up, filling up with chi. Good, and coming down. Very good. Good. On your next time up, we're going to leave our hands up there on the exhale and curl them and turn them like we're hugging a tree or holding a giant pail. Very good. And then put a little micro bend in your knee, just a little bit. Make sure your shoulders come down away from the ears, keeping that neck nice and long. Rooting the breath into the dantian, feeling your feet connecting to the earth, the back of the neck opening, lengthening, and the eyes are naturally staring in between the two middle fingers. On every inhale, imagine chi filling in this space. On every exhale, imagine the arms relaxing and lengthening even more. Very good. Make a triangle with the hands and draw them into the chest. Imagine the spine is going through this, and as we exhale, We push the hands down, imagining them traveling along the whole spine. Yes. Good. Inhale. Circle breath. And let's just do our circle breath for a while. Let's find a rhythm and a pattern that works for us, right? Each person letting their breath lead the movement. Again, we kind of talk about this movement as a gauge of where we're at in not only our practice, but just in our body and in our life today, right? Is my inhale harder or quicker than my exhale? Does my exhale feel faster, slower? And trying to figure out how to balance the two in a way that feels good. And trying to make all the movements about the same speed, the in and out breath balanced, finding that nice root. And I'm going to be quiet while I actually do that for myself. So one thing I'm noticing for me is that my inhale is quicker and my exhale is much slower. And so I'm going to try and slow down my inhale. And try and speed up my exhale. All right, very, very good. Let's do a little bit of shoulder work. Let's open shoulders now. Now that our body's a little bit warm, everything's feeling awake and moving. Yeah, rotate those shoulders the other way. And just become aware of how much range of motion these shoulders have. Oh, they can just move so much. Yeah. Swing our arms a little bit. Yes, wonderful. Let's do some big circles here. We can go the other way. Good. Let's do some neck circles here. So let's let the chin just kind of fall to the chest. Let everything kind of roll and sink forward. Good, and then I'm going to take my ear to my shoulder on one side. And then roll back to the front. And I'm going to go to the other side. And back to the front. One more time on each side. Nice and gentle. Coming back to the middle and then to the other side. Just gently feeling everything open up. Now we'll do full circles. but really reach the top of the head to the wall behind you. Reach, reach, reach. Keep that neck extended and long. Oh, that feels so much better on the neck and all the vertebra up there than just kind of scrunching it back. Very good. Keep it long. Let's switch directions. Still reaching the top of the head to the wall behind you. Wonderful. Oh, I got lots of snap, crackle, and pops today. Rice Krispie treat neck. Love it. It feels so much better already. All right, come back to center for me. And let's do some more shoulders. Let's do our teacups, right? So we're gonna place our palm flat. We wanna hold it flat the whole time, like there is a cup of tea in it. If you have something light and easy nearby that you could put in it to practice, you can do that. I've got my little dying bike light. Well, now I have a great use for it. So now we're gonna bring it in and out, around, up and over. Yes, very good. Good, and you can watch your hand. If you haven't done it before, I highly recommend watching your hand, or if you're having any sort of trouble on keeping it flat, keeping an eye on your hand helps you see where you start to turn it. Yeah, good, and this is just so good for our shoulders. It shows us the mobility of the shoulders is amazing, and we love that. Yeah, good. Wonderful. Let's go the other way. Yeah, perfect. Yes. Out, around, up, down, around again, and in right across that rib cage. Good. Wonderful. All right, we're going to switch to the other side. Starting on inside, right? So we're going to draw it in, out, around, up, over. You guys look great. Let's switch to the other way. Yeah. Keep those wrists relaxed. You don't want to get too tight in the wrists. Sometimes I find myself doing that, trying to keep that hand from turning. And that makes my wrists feel weird or angry. So think about lengthening that arm really when you try and find yourself holding that wrist tight. Yes, good. And one more. Oh, perfect. Yeah. Okay, good. Shake those shoulders out just a little bit. Yeah, now we're getting warm. All right. All right, hold our arms straight out beside us. And we're just gonna rotate those forearms, keeping those elbows stationary in space. Just open up those elbows a little bit. And let's go back the other way. Yes, very good. We're gonna move down to our wrists now. So we're kind of doing like neck, shoulders. We're just doing this whole chain here. So interlace your fingers. And then just do small circles. Figure eights, I guess, is more what I'm doing. And then let's switch it so that it's going the other direction. Yeah, good. All right, interlace your fingers the other way so that the opposite thumb is on top. It'll feel super weird. That means you're doing it right. And we do it again. So stuff like this is really good if you do a lot of typing, if you do a lot of intricate work with your fingers. This really just helps keeps those wrists open, which increases blood flow. Let's reverse that. Good. Oh, this is some juicy stuff for me today. It feels nice. Good. And now we're going to take our hands. We're going to squeeze them tight into fists. Open them up really big. Squeeze them really tight. Open them really big. Squeeze them really tight. Open them really big. Squeeze them really tight. And then do that as fast as you can while still getting a nice squeeze and fully open. You should start to feel it in your forearms. It feels amazing. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, shake it out. Shake it out in another direction. Yeah, find another way to shake it out. Very good. All right, let's just come back to our center stance here for a minute and go into some circle breaths. Feeling those shoulders, those elbows, those wrists nice and awake. So as we gather chi and feel the chi coming in through our palms, it feels more open. We can feel that flow. All right, very good. When you finish up, come back to center. Can you still see me okay? No, it's a little dark. I'm gonna turn it back on. Okay, it is fall. That is the element of metal and the organ of the lungs in 5-element theory in a lot of East Asian medicine. And the pathogen that we really need to worry about this time of year is dryness, right? So I keep saying that because my hands are very dry this morning when I'm playing with my light. It's like slipping out of my hands. So I'm definitely going to moisturize after this. But that's part of why we end up moisturizing more in the fall. The air gets drier, all of that. But the lung that's associated with kind of dryness and fall is the organ is the lungs, right? So we're going to focus a little bit this morning on nourishing the lungs, okay? So we're going to explore and break down the 8 brocade, drawing the bow. So our feet are wide like this. And this is the one where the arms are crossed in front of us. And when we draw and open the bow, we come down into a stance. Yeah. And then we come to the middle, inhaling, And then we come to the other side. Good. And let's just do a couple repetitions here. We're not going to do all 8 today. No, I'm inhaling here. And I'm exhaling as I come back to center. But really feel the lungs expand, the rib cage expand. Yeah, good. Thinking about keeping that torso straight up and down. Yeah, very good. And when we sort of draw our bow, we're thinking about bringing that elbow straight back. So I'm not there's this tendency to want to like arch this elbow back so that you can open this chest, right? Which is nice and feels good, and it is the lungs, but we don't want to do that. We just want to bring that elbow straight back behind us, right? Good. Let me see a couple repetitions. Wonderful. Okay. The next thing we're gonna do, we're gonna hold the air in our lungs, like we do that. Inhale, exhale, and then we draw the air in and we hold it here. So one thing I like to do when I'm doing this is I hold my hands nice and big, and I imagine the alveoli in the lungs, right? All those little like tree patterns, all little things that kind of reach out. I imagine them almost, my fingers are mirroring them. So there's all these little capillaries, right, in the lungs that are like gathering all of this oxygen that I'm putting in there. So we're just going to start with some breaths. Open. Exhale. And one more regulating breath like that. And then on our next inhale, we're going to draw in the air and hold it. Ready, begin. Exhale. Good. Let's do a couple regulating breaths. Next inhale, inhale to hold. Ready? Here we go. And exhale. Regulating our breath again. Good. And just enjoy that feeling, right? When we're holding that air in our lungs and they're just absorbing all of that oxygen. I feel a little sort of euphoric almost afterwards. Let's do one more regulating breath. And inhale to hold. Do it as long as you can. Ready, go. Amazing. Regulate your breath. Wonderful. And let's go into our circle breath here. So feeling those lungs alive and awake, drawing in that breath, drawing in that chi. And drawing the hands down, bringing that chi in through the crown, down to that lower dantian. The hands open and awake, the chi coming all the way up the arms, going into that dantian, filling our body up as we continue to gather chi. Good. Last time, let's bring our hands together over our head, drawing the hands down, tapping the forehead and tapping the heart and grasping that dantian. Deep breath in, connecting to the warmth of those hands. Wonderful. Thank you for coming to class today. If you're live, please stay with me. I've got a couple questions for you and we're going to debrief a bit. Otherwise, I'll see you next class.